I cannot wait for Rampage 3. I love the first one, love the second one, and I actually saw the second one before the first one, but the Rampage movies, I just love them. They're so fantastic. I like them because it's something completely different. If you don't know, it's basically about this dude who goes postal and, shoots up whatever. Long story short, lots of probable unlikable content. But basically, it's about this small town guy or whatever. His name is Bill Williamson. One day, his parents decide, hey, we're gonna kick him out. He's got a shit job. He hates everyone and yada yada yada. And eventually, he's just pushed to fucking go nuts. He makes a Kevlar suit with armor that he made his friend order in the mail through his house, so it doesn't look like he did it. And he frames. It goes on this whole town. The whole movie's just him going on this whole town massacre, and he frames his friend for it at the end. And then it shows at the end, like a few years later, he went missing. He escaped with all this money that he stole from a bank, and he used it to fund his next shooting spree, which picks up right in the next movie where he hijacks a television station and posts this whole like one-on-one interview with him and Chip, the leading reporter there. So, first 1 and 2, it's what we're looking for. What I'm looking forward to personally in the third movie is this is going to complete a trilogy. This is the final movie of Bill Williamson. Will he succeed in his ultimate goal, or just be shot dead? In this one, I noticed that Uwe Boll. Oh yeah, it's by Uwe Boll. For all those of you who hate him, hate his guts, because I know he's been very not very well liked in the past. I personally love the guy. I completely agree with him on his views about Hollywood. How Hollywood just shits out the same crap every single year, and they expect they expect everyone to just come flocking every time, and we do. We do come flocking every time. It's the same love story. It's the same action movie every fucking year. Which is why I'm like 10 times more for, more independent filmmakers and shit like that. Or at least super original ideas like Hardcore Henry, which I thought was freaking amazing, which I may do a video on later. Yeah, but Rampage, everyone say apparently Uwe Boll made this whole thing about, oh yeah, we're like getting a bunch of funding for Rampage 3, we're going on Patreon and everything like that. And it just kind of fell in the water, didn't come back up, drowned to death, it looked like. But now I'm going back online and I'm seeing all these resurgence like, oh yeah, it's coming back, here you go, here's a new trailer, everything. And this trailer, first of all, the name has changed. It's not, I think it was like Rampage 3, Capital Punishment, it was something else. Something or other. Now they changed it to Rampage 3, President Down, where he kills the President of the United States. The fictional one in that universe, which I'm pretty sure is a white man. I don't know. Maybe he decided to stick away from, like, I don't know, the president being a black man. Maybe he figured, people are already pissed at me. Maybe I'll just, I'll wean it a little bit. I'll take the, he'll take the, Sonic the Hedgehog adventure series way out and just make the president a complete duplicate of, John F. Kennedy. I seem to notice that in anything that doesn't want to tackle a president either looking too much like Bush or too much like the current black president, not current black president, President Obama, you know what I'm talking about, they seem to go with just a blatant copy of, no matter what time period it is, they always go with a blatant copy of Kennedy. It's weird. Like, if you watch the Sonic Adventure series, look at that president. Tell me he doesn't look like Kennedy. Yeah, so thought that was a bit interesting. But still, definitely looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing how he's going to wrap this up. Because what it looks like the movie's going to be like, it gets presented as like a whole Like, oh, this will happen, and this will happen, and this will happen. And then you go and see the Rampage movies, and it's kind of like, okay, this one basic thing happens throughout the movie. There's this one element that happens throughout the entire movie, and you get some sprinkled into stories here and there and here and there. What I think Rampage 2 did extremely well was we got a little insight into Bill Williamson about what he's feeling now, how his views have changed, because in the first one, he was just an angry person who's like, there's too many people on the earth, I gotta kill them all, and that was his motivation. In the second one, he's like, no, the government is corrupt, and we're all sheep, and sheep shouldn't be able to live, and we have to reduce the sheep, and we have to go to the rich and tear down their homes and kill them and put their heads on spikes and shit like that. He had a mission in the second one. And now he's stating in this one, and pardon me if I do a lot of, I have a cold. In this one, what it looks like, one of the things he states in the trailer is, you people were focused on my body count and not on the message that I was trying to convey. Which pretty much shows the viewer that, okay, he was counting on the public to overthrow the rich for him. That was his mission, to get the people to rise up and overthrow the rich. But they're not. They're too interested in looking at him as an idol, as a mass murderer. So, he's now taking it upon himself to kill the rich, to kill everyone in charge. And first person I guess he decides to go after, I'm not sure if they're going to do a whole thing. I have a feeling they might do a whole thing in the beginning where they're like, oh yeah, he's been knocking off like senators and shit left and right. But basically the whole premise of the movie is, he kills the president, possibly while he's being transported somewhere, kills the president, and then the CIA or the FBI or whoever the hell goes after Bill in the forest, and 90% of that movie is probably going to take place in the forest. That's where it's going to begin, that's where it's going to end. Just like in the first movie, fraction of the movie is just him picking off people with bits and pieces of story all over the place, bits of information all over the place. And I think that's going to be it, but I think I still would like to see, how this ends up getting wrapped up. Does he... Because the only two ways that I could figure it'll go is either by A, they actually kill him, putting an end to this whole thing, or B, they end it with him beating everyone, but kind of leave it off and not really say much about it, like, oh yeah, I'll continue to reign this message and I can't be stopped and shit like that. Like, basically these guys if these guys can't take him down, fucking no one can take him down. That seems to be the gist this movie's letting off, because he's killing, like, not soldiers, but, like, top, like, agents and shit like that. Like, in a group of, like, I don't know, 50 men or whatever after him. So I think this is going to be kind of like his graduation from, like, small-time killing. It's going to be, like, if I could take out these guys, I could take out anyone. And the movie might just leave off on a cliffhanger, like, yeah, now I'll continue to spread my message and kill everyone, and we're just supposed to be, like, left to the idea that, yes, he eventually does succeed, without ever actually, us having to see it. Which is fine. I'm not really familiar with other Uwe Boll movies, except for the Rampage, series. I know he made, did he make The House of the Dead? I can't even remember, honestly. I never even bothered going near that, because I'm a huge fanboy of the original House of the Dead, the video games. Love them. I take those over Resident Evil any day. Yeah, that's right, boo. But yeah, once I heard about that, the movie, I'm like, I ain't going near it, I ain't touching it, whatever, because I like Uwe Boll, I decently like him. I'm afraid watching that movie will make me hate him. But other than that, yeah, can't wait for this third installment of the Rampage series, and I would suggest, give it a try, definitely give it a try, because I got, like, two of my other friends into it, and now they're, like, they thought it was pretty interesting, so, I don't know, I definitely think it's worth trying. I wouldn't just, oh no, it's a mass shooter movie, and then completely, like, disregard it. It's got a story! It's more than just killing people. There's kind of a twisted message behind it, but lower the message down a bit and maybe you can relate. Maybe. I don't know. But, yeah, can't wait for it. I think that's going to do it for this video, and I will see you all next time.